Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Imran Riaz Khan to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Imran Riaz Khan's words. First and foremost, what is currently happening in Kashmir is extremely important. The issue of Israel and Palestine, Pakistan's role in it, and the resulting chaos in Pakistan will be discussed. What did Gandapur do? Why did he do it? And what kind of reaction can be expected now? There are some other news updates too. But let's begin with the situation in Kashmir. Citizens from various cities of Azad Kashmir are coming together in large groups and heading toward Muzaffarabad. And there's an unusual unity emerging, something we haven't seen before. They are tearing down blockades. They were fired upon. People were arrested. They were subjected to violence. Obstacles were placed to stop them at various places. But the people of Azad Kashmir are continuing forward. These citizens are peaceful and believe in non-violent protest. They have even taken oaths. Videos have surfaced from various places where people are swearing oaths. And local leaders are asking protesters to swear that they will remain peaceful. But if they are subjected to violence or brutality, they won't back down. I was listening to Ahmad Farhad and speaking to other journalists in the area, and they said the difference this time is significant. When shots were fired and 20 people were injured, and one young man was martyred, the protesters did not retreat. They took the injured to hospitals, but those present at the site stayed. Security forces had to withdraw from the area. This is a new situation. The protests are happening with great intensity. Even plainclothes individuals opened fire on them. Pressure was also applied through groups aligned with the establishment. But these are common people, peaceful citizens of Azad Kashmir. They are carrying out a non-violent struggle and are targeting the unconstitutional role the establishment plays in politics. These people now have an opportunity, and they are making the most of it. Women and youth are playing a major role. Because such a large number of people have come out, there is no big sponsor funding them. There are no lavish meals or large cauldrons being cooked for them. That's not the case. These are families. Women have taken on the responsibility. They help provide food. People are traveling together and enduring hardships. Earlier in the winter, these same people proved their resilience by continuing their sit-ins and getting some of their demands accepted. Now, overseas Pakistanis will have a very important role to play. There are many overseas citizens from Azad Kashmir. Some protests have already begun abroad, particularly in Bradford, where a demonstration was held, but the movement hasn't gained full momentum internationally yet. In Azad Kashmir, however, it has gathered significant strength. Those protesting under the Awami Action Committee are now urging overseas Pakistanis to raise their voices in our support. They're asking them to create pressure across the globe to inform the world about what is happening to us. If injustice is committed against us here, the whole world should know, and that pressure should fall on the government. We'll continue monitoring the situation in Kashmir and speaking about it. Now, let's move to the issue of Israel and Palestine and where that has reached. Donald Trump's recent agreement is being heavily criticized, not just by the opposition, but also by members within the government itself. Let's listen to what Khawaja Saad Rafiq had to say. He declared Trump's Gaza peace plan as one-sided and impractical. Previously, when Trump introduced a similar plan during Imran Khan's tenure, Imran Khan refused to implement it and rejected it outright. At that time, even the opposition, including Shahbaz Sharif, Khawaja Asif and others, raised their voices against it. But now that they are in government, they have submitted completely. They are bowing down everywhere, and all because of Imran Khan. They fear that Imran Khan, in collaboration with the Pakistani nation, will expose them. That is why the establishment and the government are willing to do anything their foreign masters ask of them. That's what it looks like. Khawaja Saad Rafiqi said this peace plan is one-sided, unworkable, and designed to force Hamas to surrender to Israeli military power. He made a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, declaring the peace plan unfeasible and pointing out that it has no comprehensive mechanism to stop Israeli extremists' brutal attacks. These are the words of a senior leader from the PMLN. Interestingly, other ministers of law, defence, foreign affairs, deputy ministers are all praising this deal, but the senior members of PMLN, like Khawaja Saad Rafiqi, when spoken to, say, "What are we doing? We're shooting ourselves in the foot." Even old workers of the PPP are worried, asking, "What is happening?" The easiest and most democratic way to deal with this would be to have a debate in the National Assembly. Everyone should talk about it. Let the government present its position. Let the opposition and other political parties present theirs. Include it in the cabinet agenda. It is not acceptable for a prime minister or a military general to unilaterally become part of an agreement. That's not how governments work. A full cabinet is required for such decisions. Major national decisions cannot be made without parliamentary approval. Parliament must decide. Elected representatives must be given this right. No government official, who is just a salaried employee, should decide this. Those officials will retire with pensions, while elected representatives are answerable to the people. So, public representatives must be given the opportunity. This is how it should be. Now, criticism is building over this issue. Khawaja Asif has also given suggestions on what should be done, but he maintained that the plan is impractical and one-sided. On one hand, our current government leaders are trying to sell the idea that they are standing strongly with the Palestinians. But Senator Mushtaq is travelling by sea, getting very close to Gaza, saying that he will break Israel's blockade. In his last video, he said they could now see Israeli ships. Their phones have been hacked. They are under cyber attacks. Drones constantly circle over them. They are facing harsh weather and extreme difficulty. Mushtaq Ahmed deserves credit for his courage. He is undertaking a very tough journey, a freedom mission toward Gaza. May Allah protect all of them. Meanwhile, the Pakistani government is not even discussing this seriously. They are just making verbal claims of solidarity with Palestine. Previously, whoever raised the Palestinian flag in Pakistan was severely beaten. This has happened in recent years, especially since Field Marshal Asim Munir and even before him General Bajwa. Anyone who raised their voice for Palestine was attacked. Now, there's one more thing. Imran Khan has clearly stated his support, and social media is echoing this. That Imran Khan says Palestine must be discussed based on the pre-1967 borders. But the current rulers aren't even mentioning this. Donald Trump's plan, which has now been presented, does not mention recognizing Palestine as a state anywhere. In an interview, Netanyahu clearly said that this is not in the agreement. Trump's entire plan doesn't say that Palestine will be recognized as a state. Israel will not allow it, and they've made that clear. Secondly, Netanyahu stated they will not withdraw Israeli forces from Gaza. So, if a real solution is to be implemented, it must go back to the 1967 position. West Bank, Golan Heights, and Gaza must be relinquished by Israel, and Jerusalem should become the capital of Palestine. If a buffer zone is to be established between Palestinians and Israelis, then a Muslim peacekeeping force can be deployed there to create a safe distance. That could work. But this current plan is the exact opposite. I asked people a question. Under Trump's plan, do you think Pakistan and other Muslim countries are sending troops to confront Israel in Palestine? 81% of respondents said no. They do not believe the troops are going there to fight Israel. So what is the purpose of sending these troops? Who are they going to fight? That will become clear in the future, because a much bigger picture is emerging. Some analysts believe that a strange kind of conflict may break out in the coming days. and it is the Islamic military forces that will be asked to make sacrifices. This is a long chain of events that could unfold. And it seems that Trump has made changes in the plan at the behest of Netanyahu. Whatever was discussed earlier with Muslim countries is no longer applicable. Now, Palestine will not be recognized as a state. This is not part of the plan. They said, "We'll see later, we'll think about it." Secondly, Israeli forces will remain in Gaza for an indefinite period. Trump has given Netanyahu veto power. He said, "You can stay as long as you want. No one will force you to leave." For example, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said, and I am reading his statement now, that he did not agree with the US President on recognizing a Palestinian state. Shortly after the American President announced the current peace plan related to Gaza's ceasefire, a statement by the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu came out. In it, he said that in his conversation with the US President, they did not agree on a Palestinian state, and that the agreement does not even mention a Palestinian state, the same agreement that Shahbaz Sharif has been parading around with alongside the Field Marshal. About Shahbaz Sharif and the Field Marshal, Donald Trump said, "They've been with me since day one on this agreement. But in that agreement, there's no mention of a Palestinian state at all." This is now being said by Netanyahu himself. He clearly stated that they will strongly oppose the creation of a Palestinian state and that Israeli forces will remain present in most parts of Gaza. These are the things Muslims assumed would be granted to them in this agreement. Now, naturally, there had to be a reaction, and the reactions have come in. The reaction from Hamas has arrived, and so has the reaction from Palestinian brothers and sisters, and it has been published in the media. Hamas sent a letter stating that at the moment we were consulting on Trump's plan, Israel attacked us in Qatar. Speaking to Al Jazeera, Hamas leader Mahmoud Mardawi said, "We have not even received the written draft of this so-called peace plan yet. You haven't even formally handed them the text and expect them to respond." On one side, Israel claims the Palestinians are on board. Why are you objecting? On the other, Hamas, a major and powerful Palestinian group, says they haven't even seen the document yet. They say, "We only heard about it. As soon as we started discussing it, we were attacked. When we gathered for consultations, Israel launched a strike. One of Hamas's leaders previously said, 'We are even willing to hand over our weapons to a national Gaza army, but on the condition that a sovereign local government is first established.' But now Donald Trump wants to become the head of this project himself, and he wants to make Tony Blair a key member of it." Let me tell you about Tony Blair. It seems, and some are saying, that his name was suggested by Israel because Netanyahu likes him very much. It's possible the suggestion came from Israel, or maybe Trump chose him personally. But Tony Blair has now become a central figure in this whole plan, being brought in as a key player. Some interviews of Gaza residents were published in Dawn, a Pakistani newspaper, and by AFP, a French news agency. According to their report, Gaza residents have called Trump's peace plan a joke. The headline reads, "Doubt cast over the peace plan. It's a joke." Some people did say maybe something good will come out of it, maybe the bloodshed will stop. But the majority said, and this became the headline, that Gaza's people have rejected it, as has Hamas, and even reactions from within Pakistan have started coming in. Now, on what basis did Shahbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir assure Donald Trump of 100% compliance? As if whatever Trump says will happen, no questions asked? They gave full support, even though there's no consensus in Pakistan on this issue yet. In Pakistan, the ones being most exposed right now are the clerics, the religious leaders who sold dreams to the public their whole lives, telling people they were going to Jerusalem, that they would do this and that. None of them has dared take a name, do anything bold, or take a real stand. Meanwhile, Shahbaz Sharif is seen in cheerful moods in photos with the Speaker of the US Congress, accompanied by a pro-Israel woman who is said to have access to Pakistan's secret files and claims that Pakistan will recognize Israel, and that it should. This is quite interesting, but what's even more revealing is the exposure of the religious leadership who deceived the nation under the cover of religious nationalism. The Mullah military alliance together fooled the people, giving big speeches about fighting wars here and there, and now they're completely silent, mute, expressionless. Even Fazlur Rahman understands this political situation. He knows what's going on. He's an experienced politician. He has started giving statements. But I don't think Fazlur Rahman will create problems for the establishment. If he does, he'll find a way out, like he always does. Now, let's come to the matter of Gandapur. Look, Parvez Khattak, Mahmud Khan, Usman Buzdar and other companions of Imran Khan, like Asad Umar, Ali Zaidi, Imran Ismail and many others, all betrayed Imran Khan, but none of them attacked his family. Gandapur did. And he did so when the issue of Gaza and Israel was on the minds of Pakistani rulers. It seems like it was done to distract attention. When Israel is being exposed and Gaza is burning, suddenly a new topic is launched. Trump is exposing these rulers, saying they stand with me. At that moment, Gandapur rescued them. Secret connections are being revealed. Photos are coming out. But instead of addressing those, Gandapur attacked Alima Khan. When Kashmiris are marching, protesting in the streets, getting their demands heard, Gandapur changes the narrative. When the Commonwealth report comes out, showing that Pakistan is being run by a fraudulent regime imposed through rigging, and that too after such a long delay, instead of discussing that, they start attacking Alima Khan. This was a massive attack on Imran Khan's family by Gandapur. Any sensible person would know. Would anyone repeat such accusations knowingly? Apparently, Gandapur lacks that sense. He made a video confessing to everything he said about Alima Khan in front of Imran Khan. That video is now registered. He cannot escape it anymore. And from what I know of Alima Khan and Imran Khan will never let Gandapur gain any political relevance again. He'll never give him a political position based on this. Alima Khan was active even during Pervez Musharraf's dictatorship. She was arrested by male police officers. She has stood by her brother in every rally. When her brother became Prime Minister, she had no political role, and she will have none in the future either. Now Gandapur will regret. How do I take back my words? He has struck his own foot with an axe. He has no idea what he's done. Imran Khan and Alima Khan share a bond of over 70 years. They've known each other their entire lives. Do you think they don't understand each other? When Gandapur spoke to Imran Khan about Alima, Imran Khan laughed and told the whole story to Alima Khan, and said nothing else. Alima Khan came out and told the entire story to the public. I even conducted a survey on this. It's very interesting. I asked the public, who do you think is telling the truth, Alima Khan or Gandapur? And guess what? 95% said Alima Khan is telling the truth. Only 5% sided with Gandapur. I've never seen a clearer survey. Gandapur has destroyed his own credibility. Now, let's talk about Shahbaz Sharif's operation. And it has been exposed. He tried to outdo Imran Khan's United Nations speech, which, by the way, remains the most watched speech on the UN's official YouTube channel, around 7 million views. Shahbaz Sharif's speech had stalled at about 150,000 views. Suddenly, in the morning, it's jumped to 1.3 million. How? People started researching. In this digital age, experts are everywhere. It turns out, as tech people on social media claim with proof, that they bought ads for Shahbaz's video to push the views up. People are watching 10 seconds, 15 seconds skipping. These are ad views, not organic. I'm not an expert in this. I've never studied advertising. I don't even know how to upload videos properly. Others do that. But tech people on social media are openly exposing this. They used public money, injected it into these ads, and faked view counts so that Ishaq Dar can claim, "See how popular Shahbaz Sharif is." One scam after another keeps getting exposed. Lastly, Imran Khan has also made some strong statements from Adiala jail. I will share those next week. But for now, petrol and diesel prices have risen again. They have no choice left. The economy is in such ruins that even the best government won't be able to fix it without raising prices. This crisis has been created by none other than the military establishment and the political parties of the PDM. They destroyed a stable country, ruined everything. Now, no matter who comes to power, they will have to raise prices. It's nearly impossible for prices to go down again. Things are only going to get harder. The public will now have to suffer because they tolerated these rulers. Had they stood up on day one, protested democratically, perhaps they wouldn't have to bear this much pain. But now they will, because fixing this economy will take a long time. That wraps up our translation of Imran Riaz Khan's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.